Hello friends, welcome to SSC class where English has been taught as a third language. Today we are going to learn very advisable poem. The title of the poem is If. The poem is written by very famous English poet Rudyard Kipling. Unit 3.1, page number 86. Now, first of all, we will see the information about Rudyard Kipling. 1865 to 1936. Rudyard Kipling was an English journalist, short story writer, poet, and novelist. Kipling was one of the most popular writers in the United Kingdom in both prose and verse. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, he was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1907 at the age of 42. He was the first writer writing in English to receive the prize. This poem deals with advice given by father to his son. Now see the poem. We will read the poem now. The name of the poem or title of the poem is If. Unit 3.1. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiven minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you will be a man, my son. The name of the poet is Rudyard Kipling. Now students, we will follow the second step, that is silent reading. Students, in this step, you have to do the activity of silent reading personally. Please pause the video and read this poem silently from the textbook. Students, it is very necessary step while solving question paper, and it also increases your understanding. Now I think you all have been completed the step of silent reading. Now we will learn the next step, that is meaning of new words and phrases. First one, keep one's head. It means not to get angry, म्हणजे शांत राहणे. Make allowance for. It means consider what others also have to say about something. म्हणजे इतरांचे स्वतःबद्दलचे म्हणणे विचारात घेणे. Being lied about. False things spoken about oneself by others. एखाद्याबद्दल इतरांकडून खोट्या किंवा चुकीच्या गोष्टी बोलल्या जाणे. Give way to hating. Allow hatred to take control of oneself. म्हणजे द्वेष किंवा तिरस्कार या भावनांना बळी पडणे. Don't look too good. म्हणजे not to be perfect. अति आदर्श बनू नये. Talk too wise means show off one's knowledge. म्हणजे अतिहुशारी दाखवणे. Triumph, it means victory, म्हणजे विजय. Impostors, it means those who deceive others by pretending to be someone else, म्हणजे भोंदू लोक. Knaves, it means dishonest person, म्हणजे फसवे लोक. Truth twisted by someone, change the truth a little to gain some advantage, म्हणजे फायद्यासाठी अर्धसत्य सांगणे. Keep one's virtue, It means keep one's goodness or morals under any condition. म्हणजे मूल्य जपणे. Lose the common touch. It means refuse to interact with common people. सामान्य लोकांशी संपर्क तोडणे. Count with you. It means be equally important to you. म्हणजे सर्व समभाव असणे. Unforgiving minute. It means time that does not wait for anyone. म्हणजे अमूल्य क्षण. 60 seconds worth of distance run. It means make good use of every second without wasting. प्रत्येक क्षणाचा सदुपयोग करणे. To be a man. It means to be a good, perfect human being. म्हणजे एक परिपूर्ण उत्तम व्यक्ती बनणे. We will learn the next step, that is explanation of each stanza. In this poem, actually there are 6 stanzas. Each stanza contains 4 lines. See the meaning of first stanza. If you can think clearly and remain calm when all people around you are unable to act in a calm or sensible way and blame you for that, or if you can trust yourself when all others doubt you and you can even judge their doubting not too strictly, then you will be a real man. See the second stanza. If you can wait and not get tired of waiting, or when false things are said about you and you yourself will not tell such lies, or when people hate you and you will not allow yourself to be controlled by hatred, and yet you do not appear to be perfect or show off your knowledge, then yours is the earth and everything in it, and more than anything else, you will be a real man. See the third stanza. If you can dream and do not be a slave to dreams, or if you can think and not make thoughts your sole aim, or if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat both these deceivers, then you will be a real man. Now see the next stanza, that is fourth one. If you can bear to hear the truth spoken by you is falsified by dishonest people so as to make the fools believe it, or if you can watch those things created by you being broken up, and still you can bow down and build them up again using worn out tools, then yours is the earth and everything in it, and more than anything else, you will be a real man. Now see the fifth stanza. If you can talk with the common people and yet keep up your high moral standards, that means virtue, or if you keep the company of kings and at the same time connect yourself easily with the common people, or if the enemies or friends cannot hurt you, or if all people are equally important to you and no one is more important than the other in particular, then you will be a real man. Now see the last stanza. It is very suggestive. If you can make good use of every single minute, which is never ready to hear any excuse, that means unforgiving, without wasting even a single second, then yours is the earth and everything in it, and more than anything else, you will be a real man, my son. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, इथे इफचा अर्थ जेव्हा असा घेतलेला आहे आणि पोएमच्या ज्या शेवटच्या 2 ओळी आहेत त्या प्रत्येक कडव्यासाठी कॉमन आहेत, म्हणून इथे स्पष्टीकरण करताना त्या दोन्ही ओळींचा पुन्हा पुन्हा प्रत्येक कडव्याच्या शेवटी उच्चार केला गेलेला आहे. ओके. Now students, we will learn the rhyme scheme of the poem. See the first stanza of the poem. See the last word of each line, that is you, too. All the words rhyme with each other, so the rhyme scheme for this stanza is A. Now see the second stanza of the poem. See the last word of each line, that is waiting, lights, hating, wise. So here waiting and hating rhymes with each other. So for those words we will give alphabet A, and lies and wise are the words rhymes with each other, so we will give it small b. So rhyme scheme for the second stanza is A B, and it is the same for all the next stanzas. So rhyme scheme for whole poem, for the first stanza it is A, and for the second, third, fourth and fifth stanza it is the same, that is A B. Now students, we will learn the sixth step, that is figures of speech. Here first one is antithesis. The good example of that is, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you. Here trust and doubt are the opposite words, so here it is the good example of antithesis. Antithesis म्हणजे विरोधाभास. इथे ट्रस्ट आणि डाऊट हे दोन विरुद्धार्थी शब्द आहेत. ट्रस्ट म्हणजे विश्वास ठेवणे आणि डाऊट म्हणजे शंका घेणे, हे दोन विरुद्धार्थी शब्द इथे आलेले आहेत, म्हणून इथे विरोधाभास झालेला आहे. सेकंड एक्झाम्पल इज पर्सॉनिफिकेशन. दॅट इज गुड एक्झाम्पल ऑफ दॅट इज, इफ यू कॅन मीट विथ ट्रायम्फ अँड डिझास्टर्स. याचा अर्थ निर्जीव वस्तूला सजीवाची उपमा देणे. ट्रायम्फ अँड डिझास्टर्स ह्या दोन निर्जीव वस्तूला मीट म्हणजे भेटणे, हे सजीवासाठी असलेले क्रियापद वापरले गेले आहे, म्हणून इथे पर्सॉनिफिकेशन आहे. थर्ड वन इज रिपिटेशन, म्हणजे शब्दांची पुनरावृत्ती. अँड येट डोंट लुक टू गुड नॉर टॉक टू वाईज. हिअर टू वर्ड इज रिपीटेड, सो हिअर इज द गुड एक्झाम्पल ऑफ रिपिटेशन. फोर्थ वन इज अलिट्रेशन विथ वॉर्न आउट टूल्स. व हा स्वरांची पुनरावृत्ती जिथे होते त्याला अलिट्रेशन म्हणतात. विथ वॉर्न, व ह्या स्वराचा पुन्हा उच्चार झालेला आहे आणि म्हणून इथे अलिट्रेशन झालेले आहे. नाव सी द फिफ्थ वन, मेटाफोर. गुड एक्झाम्पल ऑफ मेटाफोर इज अँड स्टूप अँड बिल्ड एम अप विथ वॉर्न आउट टूल्स. मेटाफोरलाच मराठीत रूपक अलंकार असं म्हटलेलं आहे. लास्ट वन इज टॅटॉलॉजी. टॅटॉलॉजीचे चांगले उदाहरण इथे आहे. युअर्स इज द अर्थ अँड एव्हरीथिंग दॅट्स इन इट. टॅटॉलॉजी मीन्स इट इज द रिपिटेटिव्ह यूज ऑफ फ्रेजेस ऑर वर्ड्स दॅट हॅव सिमिलर मिनिंग. म्हणजेच एकाच अर्थाचे विविध शब्द वापरणे किंवा फ्रेज वापरणे. इथे अर्थ ह्या शब्दासाठी एव्हरीथिंग असा पुन्हा शब्द वापरलेला आहे. अर्थ म्हणजे पृथ्वी, आणि पृथ्वीवरील सर्व वस्तू किंवा सर्व गोष्टी म्हणजेच पृथ्वी असा इथे पुन्हा अर्थ आहे, आणि म्हणून इथे टॅटॉलॉजी हे फिगर ऑफ स्पीच आलेले आहे. नाव सी द लास्ट स्टेप, दॅट इज स्टेप 7, सेंट्रल आयडिया or theme or summary of the poem. In this poem, say certain valuable pieces of advice imparted by father to his son. If the son fulfills certain conditions, he can be rest assured to certain favorable result. Both the conditions and the results have a direct bearing upon the lives of all young people. Press like if you like the video and subscribe for upcoming videos. Thank you for watching the video.